Yo guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video, I'm spending a night in a fort. Now you may think, Usman, how possibly can you spend a night in a fort and how can you make a fort in your bedroom? Last year when my cousin went to Hajj, obviously I was house sitting for them, and whilst I was there I actually made a fort in my cousin's bedroom, and not gonna lie, it was actually pretty fun. So I thought, okay, I'll do the same in my bedroom, and to be honest, my bedroom and my cousin's bedroom are literally the exact same size, and we also have the exact same cupboard shape, if you know what I mean. Basically, I'll show you guys the cupboard so you know what I mean, but like I was saying, we actually have the same cupboard size, and you know, maybe I could actually make a fort in this room. To be honest, I possibly have like no idea how much I'm gonna make it, but in my head I've actually got like a plan, but I honestly have no idea if my plan might actually work. Fingers crossed it does, I have no idea. Anyway, I really hope you guys enjoy. If you do, smash that big thumbs up, subscribe down below, and without further ado, let's get started. So when I say that me and my cousin actually have the exact same cupboard size, basically this exact same cupboard layout is literally the exact same in my cousin's bedroom, and last time I actually made a fort in that little area in his room, and you know, I could do the same in my room, but obviously in my room I actually have like the plugs and the chargers, everything like that. So obviously if I was to actually make a fort in there, I will literally have to take out all of my chargers, and to be honest, I will literally have like no idea where to actually charge my stuff if I did that. But then I was thinking that because I literally have like a height from here to here, I think it's the exact same height. Yeah, exact same height. What I was thinking is that with the blanket, I'll put like some blanket over here, some blanket over here, and I will hold the blanket. Basically, I'll put the blanket in like drawers or something like that, like so the drawers can hold it, if you know what I mean, and then it will make like a roof. Basically, I've had this idea in my head so many times, and the fact that it's basically about to come true, hopefully fingers crossed it is. I mean, it could work, I have no idea, but I'm gonna try it out and see if it works. So fingers crossed it actually works. Like I was saying, I've literally had this idea for like the past 2-3 weeks, and in my head I thought, okay, this could actually work, but now I'm actually thinking about it. Maybe if I actually put the blanket into the drawers and make the drawers hold them, but then the roof of the fort might be a bit low, so it might work, I have no idea. Fingers crossed it does. But the current time right now, it is currently about 6:51, and obviously, and I don't have to be in the fort until I go to bed, or obviously when I come to a room at night time, then I'll be in the fort. So what I'll do now is that I'll actually make the fort now and see if it works, and then at night time I'll remake the fort again, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, throughout the entire night it won't fall. Right guys, this blanket is actually going to be my fort, and it's actually a pretty like good sized blanket, so it could work. It could definitely work, but it could work. It could definitely 100% work. I mean, to be honest, I literally have like no idea how it would work, but it will work. Anyway, I'm about to make the fort, and you know, just hope for the best it actually works. Please work. So we got the blanket here. If I put you over here and then trap that there, okay, it could work. Like, it could actually work. And then if I put you over here, and there we go. And then if we have this here, maybe it needs to be a bit more higher. Maybe if I do a bit higher, then it'll work. If I put this middle thing, like if I put my charger and stuff here, and then my speaker can go upside down, because that's also heavy. Basically, if I put like a lot of heavy stuff on it, then it'll work, because I don't think the blanket being in the drawer, it would definitely work. So if I put that there, and then obviously my wallet's heavy, put that there, but it can work. Right guys, this is proven to be a lot difficult than I thought it would be. I need something heavy. Are you heavy? Yes you are. And then if, okay, Right guys, I tried to make the fort. Basically, I put the blanket into the drawers, but apparently the drawers weren't closing properly because of how thick the blanket actually is. And then I thought I'll put like my wireless charger on it, my HomePod on it, and then my Alexa on it because those are like heavy items. And even with that, it was still falling. And then I thought I'll put like my spray bottles. Even with this, it was still falling. So I feel like I might have to think of a new plan. And hopefully, fingers crossed, that plan will actually work. Right guys, I literally tried everything, but because of the blanket being so thick, literally nothing on my drawers can actually hold the blanket. But even though if it can hold the blanket, every single time when I move the blanket to this side, like even though when I've done this side, and then I pick the blanket up, and then come on this side, it all actually falls onto the floor. So maybe I will use this little square part as like my fort. I mean, not gonna lie, it doesn't count as like a fully fort, but it's still actually a fort because it looks like a fort, if you know what I mean. Basically, I'll decorate everything like that, but with the chargers, I feel like I'll just leave them there and just sleep with the chargers being on me, or I'll just remove the chargers for the night and then just basically sleep there and then charge my phone and stuff through my laptop, which hopefully, fingers crossed, is actually full battery. But yeah, even though I'm going to be in the exact same room as my gadgets, I still don't want to leave the fort. So I'm making sure that I've got my phone charged, my laptop charged, maybe my Switch charged, and then bring it all down here so that I don't have to get up and then get the things that I need, if you know what I mean. Also, with snack wise, I don't think I will need any snacks because I'm not staying up throughout the entire night. And also, if I do want a snack, then obviously I can't leave the fort. I'm just like spending a night in the fort. So I don't know, does that count as cheating? I have no idea. Anyway, like I was saying, the current time right now, it is about 7 o'clock, and obviously I don't have to like make my fort until it hits like 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. at night. Basically, once I've had my dinner, I'll go downstairs, spend some time there, and then by that time it will be like 11, 10 at night, and then hopefully by then I'll make the fort in that little square area, and then I'll show you guys the full thing. Right guys, it is a few hours later. The current time right now, it is currently about 11:08, and I just basically spent the last 2 hours actually updating my phone to the new iOS update. Basically, this is iOS 26, and because of it like being in beta, I think this is like beta 4 or like beta 3, to be honest. I have no idea, but not gonna lie, I've tested it out and it's actually pretty sick. Like, it is so sick. 1 second, let me type my password. But yeah, it's actually pretty sick. Like, I actually like the liquid design, and my widgets, some strange reason, that actually messed up. Like, throughout the entire day these were white, and now because it's nighttime these are now black. So if anyone got like iOS 26 in like beta form and they know how to like control the widgets and make it back to normal, then let me know. But I feel like in iOS 26, because of the liquid glass, like these widgets are not like transparent because you can see the glass outline. Like on the old version you couldn't see it, but on the new version you can see it. So I'm hoping that they change that before the official release comes out. But yeah, I've literally got iOS 26 on my phone, and so far it's actually pretty good. I mean, the battery wise, it's actually pretty good, and my phone, it doesn't heat up. But this is actually running on the iPhone 16 Pro Max, and it's actually pretty good. Guys, finally, I actually have light in my room. Basically, every single time when I try to end a video, I don't actually have light. But today, I put light on, and I think it took like half an hour for it to come on, and finally, I actually have light in my room. Anyway, the current time right now, it is currently about 11 at night, and it is now time to actually make the fort. Earlier, if you guys saw, I tried to make the fort with the blanket, but it didn't work because obviously the blanket was too thick. Basically, I tried to put a blanket in the drawers and close it, that wouldn't work. Then I tried to put a blanket on top of my drawers and I put heavy objects on the blanket, but every single time when I tried to go to the other side, one side would fall down. So I thought, in the little space that I actually have between the drawers, I will make my fort there. To be honest, I just have like no idea how I'm actually going to make it, but I'll show you guys what it looks like now, and then we'll try to make the fort, and hopefully, fingers crossed, I actually have a good night's sleep. I mean, last year when I did this video at my cousin's house, it was actually pretty comfortable. Like, bearing in mind, even though we actually have the same like drawer size, everything like that, but his bit in the middle, it's actually a lot bigger than mine. So guys, this is what I'm actually spending the night, and because I actually have like chargers there and my bags there, I feel like if I take those out and if I take a few of my chargers out, so basically if I take this side out but leave that side in, because obviously I could take the plugs out and then just put the wires in, but I don't think those actually are USB-C. I think they're like the full USB, so there's no point of like taking anything out. I feel like I'll just take the wires out but leave the plug in, because obviously I've got my laptop fully charged and my phone fully charged, so that's not an issue. But I feel like if I take everything out, then hopefully, fingers crossed, I can actually have a good night's sleep, or I might leave it in, to be honest, I have no idea. But once I'll take my bag out, so if I start taking my bags out, so if I take this bag out, and then if I take this bag out, and then this little thing, I honestly have no idea what it is. But then the chargers, I can just put to one side and then just put my pillow on the chargers, and hopefully none of these actually fall down and actually break my face. Right guys, I've actually got my one pillow here. I feel like one pillow would definitely be enough. So if I actually put this here, and then if I actually put, wait 1 second. To be honest, I don't know if it's actually gonna work, but I feel like if I actually pick up the wires and just put the wires to the side so it's not touching the pillows, then that would definitely work. Oh, this is actually working. I mean, not gonna lie, I am literally trapped with wires, but I feel like it could actually work. Like, do you know what I mean? I feel like it could actually work. Right guys, I am about to do a little like experiment, see if it actually works or not. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it actually works, and hopefully fingers crossed that nothing actually falls on me, because if it does, then that means I'm actually screwed. So let's do a little experiment, see if it works or not. Yo, to be honest, wait, can you see me? Yo, to be honest, this is actually pretty insane. I mean, my head is definitely not touching the plug, so that's actually pretty sick. But I feel like this could work. Right guys, 4 is now all set up, and not gonna lie, it actually looks pretty comfy, so hopefully, fingers crossed, I get a pretty good night's sleep. Basically last year when I did the challenge at my cousin's house, obviously on his floor he actually has no carpet whatsoever, so obviously I have carpet. So I feel like because I've actually got the world's thickest blanket, and because my floor is actually carpet, I feel like I might have a good night's sleep. Right guys, another test of me actually getting into the fort, and this time with the blanket. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I actually have a pretty good night's sleep. But let's test it. Not gonna lie, it's actually pretty comfy. Like, no other lie, it's literally pretty comfy. So I'm basically gonna get back out, and obviously before I actually go into the fort, I'm gonna watch a series of The Royals on Netflix. By the way, that series is literally a good series. It took me at least a few episodes to actually get into it, and then now I'm into it, it's actually ended, because I think I'm on the second last episode. So hopefully today I'll finish it off. I have no idea, but yeah, I'm about to watch that and then hopefully go to bed. So hopefully I'll see you guys in the morning and I won't have back pain. Fingers crossed. Right guys, it's the next morning, and not gonna lie, it was actually a pretty interesting night. I mean, I thought because of the wires, because they might actually hit my head, but throughout the entire night, I don't think I actually woken up once. Last night, I think I went to bed, I think it was like 2 AM, 1 AM, and like I said, throughout the entire night, I don't think I actually woken up, because those chargers, I don't think it actually affected me. But overall, it was actually a pretty good night, and you know, sleeping in there was actually pretty interesting. I mean, I thought it might be pretty tight, because obviously with the space, because literally during the night I move a lot. Like, before I go to bed, I'll be in one position, and then the next morning I'm like in a complete different position, and I thought, okay, that might actually affect it in there, but it actually didn't, and I was able to move around a lot, so that's actually pretty good. But overall, it was actually pretty interesting sleeping in there, and not gonna lie, it is now time for my breakfast. And for breakfast, to be honest, I literally have like no idea what I might have. I might go for cereal or egg and toast, something like that, I have no idea. But yeah, I will say have some breakfast, and I will show you guys what I have. One of the things I'm actually really happy about is that no one actually came into my room during the night. Normally before I go to bed, I'll leave the room door open a little bit, but last night I fully shut it, and throughout the entire night no one came into my room. Probably my mom, she comes into my room to see if I'm sleeping or not, but last night literally no one came into my room, so no one had no idea that I was sleeping in this little area. So guys, this is where I'm actually getting the video. Overall, this video has actually been a pretty interesting video, and this challenge, I wouldn't say it was a challenge, but for me it was actually a challenge because I'm quite tall, and obviously that area is actually quite a small area, and the fact that I spent the entire night in that small area and somehow got like a pretty good night's sleep. I mean, I thought that I actually got a pretty good night's sleep, but it turns out that I apparently didn't, because obviously when I was having breakfast I was actually falling asleep while I was having breakfast. So not gonna lie, that's actually pretty interesting. But overall, like I was saying, it was actually a pretty interesting challenge, and I feel like I would definitely do it again. And if I do it again, then I will probably buy like a proper fort or like a proper tent. And also next time that I will do it, I might do it in my backyard, because I feel like it'd be much better if I did it in my backyard. Hopefully on the day that I do it, it doesn't rain, but you know. Anyway, I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, smash big ones up, subscribe down below, and I'll see you all for a brand new video very soon. Peace.